What is that from?
What?
What is this music from?
It's a remix from Mystical Ninja starring something. Domon.
Ah.
Mystical Ninja, I guess.
Ah. I feel like I've heard it before, but I couldn't put it at the tip of my tongue. This is good music.
Quite.
Oh yes, the 8-bit big band is amazing. They do a great job with everything.
Yes.
And they're cool enough to let me have permission to use their music, so...
Wonderful.
Big plus. Big plus. Big plus.
Isaac, ven, aquí está abuelo, ven. Isaac, aquí está abuelo. ¿Cómo estás? Bendiga, mi amor.
Big Haru's grandparents just visited him.
Yeah, I just moved him to another channel, so we weren't hearing the background there.
No, ya parejita.
Sorry, I didn't realize my camera was getting picked up in the speaker.
Yeah, she still is. But it's alright. Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons.
Hello.
I will turn it over now, I think, to Moriarty. Or rather, Cray.
Ah, yes, welcome.
Since, you were
So, what are you...
kind of the main person doing stuff last time.
Was I? I guess we didn't really have much to go off of to really state who was the main. Well, regardless, at the I mean, I guess I kind of did the thing, but regardless, at the post of the party exiting a dungeon in which they were assaulted by assailants of a less than reputable nature, the party then found themselves with the potential issue of someone having known that they were there. After speaking with the client about such a situation, the client then forwarded them the idea that perhaps there was a traitor amongst his midst. Though of traitors, the party could deduce very few, besides that of the very barkeep who had commissioned them the day before. From this deduction, the party then went out and decided it would be best to try and take care of this individual for their current client. In doing so, they sent Cray as well as Elemen, with their official statuses, to speak to the individual to try and get him to sign a paper to use as a sort of note to compare a handwritten piece of evidence that could be used against him in a court of law. The party was more than happy to get violent if necessary, but such a situation did not occur. With said evidence, it is at the very least Cray's intention to collect the reward that had been placed on this individual by simply having him arrested and tried via the evidence that was available to them. Of course, before they had finished going about their business with all of that, it was Nim who had gone off in desire of food. He had made his way back to Cray's abode, but was unable to get inside due to Cray's extensive security. So instead he went to the neighbor's yard and decided to start pulling up a tree. And in doing so, he was using magic to slowly whittle away and quite literally decimate the tree for firewood so that he could cook outside. This had left the party in a bit of a situational conundrum, as Elemen is a very much law-enforcing individual, whereas Cray is one who, of course, creates law, was able to advise that this was very likely illegal, and Elemen, as an individual who is very much hard to uphold the law, well, it's interesting to see how the situation has yet to play out.
Hey, it's not my fault that you left your door unlocked.
Just like question mark?
It isn't.
Elemen rushes for his response. Just because Cray's house was locked doesn't mean you can just go to somebody else's house and destroy their property.
I thought it was his.
Why would you think so? Why would you think that? And why would you destroy his property anyways?
It's a tree. You can use it for firewood. People don't own trees.
Even if this tree was his, it would have been his tree. Why would
I sniffed it first. It was not barked. No one owns this tree.
I hate to tell you, I know you don't understand, but somebody does. And you just kind of decimated it.
Well, it's their own fault.
No, it's your fault.
No, if they want to keep their tree, they should mark it.
Elemen doesn't know how to respond to that.
To be fair, the tree was marked, but in a very different way from your scent.
So, a wrong way.
The wrong way by your standards, but a correct way by the Azurius Senate. It is something called a deed. It's a piece of paper that says you own something.
You have deeds for trees?
For land upon which the tree is, so therefore it is considered part of the land, and therefore ownership is therefore abided by the deed.
Yeah, I don't get you two-leggers. You're so complicated on everything.
That sounds like such a bad slur.
It does. It does. It really does.
No comment.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, it really does.
Morath will take this moment to say, well, if you were taking this tree as your own, why would you destroy something that you then own so thoroughly?
Well, quite clearly he was trying to disintegrate it for its resources, much as someone who owns a mine will destroy the mine to get the resources and minerals inside the mine.
Fair
He's doing
enough,
the same
but
thing, but with firewood. Of course, he doesn't own this tree, so it's a moot point.
fair enough. I was just considering, does he need so much firewood for what is he doing again?
Creating a fire.
Well, I suppose you are correct. However, this is fresh wood. It won't burn that easily at all.
It
With the
depends
right
on
amount
dryness
of
the
magic and fuel assistance, it will. It'd be great for smoking. I could smoke something nice.
I imagine you. How do you know this? I imagine you've done it before.
Yes?
He
I'm
speaks with a certainty that radiates experience.
impressed and appalled. I'm quite thoroughly impalled.
He knows how to cook using common household items, so I'm not terribly impressed personally, but I'm still more impressed at that part in general.
I get it. I get what you mean.
Well, then, so be it.
Well, since you're here now, I guess I can go cook in your kitchen.
I believe we were coming to collect you so that we could go and take care of our current matters of business.
So I'm not allowed to cook for everyone?
I believe it has been the consensus of the others in this party of sorts that we should take care of business first and then eat.
What food?
Oh. Hey, somebody else wants food.
He just gives Markov a glance.
What? We're not encouraging this behavior? I think we should.
I don't think we should. Please don't encourage him further.
I did mention there were
Nim-
other places in which we could cook.
Look, he's even making the sad dog. You can't say no to that.
Observe. No. Observe.
You must have been an impressionable youth.
There is the distinct possibility that some of you are of softer hearts than others. Also, hello, Eisen.
Hello.
Took you long enough.
Welcome.
Hello.
Everyone is here.
Yeah.
He was late, but only fashionably.
I'm sorry. Whenever I hear that phrase, I just can't help myself but say that. Would do that music.
Okay.
All right. Anyways,
Yes.
Zim, you're gonna have to make that a sound at some point.
Make what a sound?
Anyway, the Smash Brothers theme song, just like 3 seconds of it.
That's where that's from.
Yes.
Oh,
For the short
yeah,
list.
I had no idea what you guys were humming.
Yeah.
Everyone's here.
Wow.
All right. Let me put it in this light. If we go and collect a reward for this work that we've essentially already done and simply need to go and collect, we will have more currency available to us for food. And we will be able to purchase more food to be cooked.
He does have a
Oh,
point.
well, okay, let's go.
In fact, we can even purchase resources rather than grabbing it off of trees. Pre-cut logs made specifically for smoking. And other fuel sources that burn much more rapidly, of which
Great.
I'm sure your Is-It friend could tell you more of.
Gray, he
Oh
already,
heck yeah, I can
Great.
tell you that.
Gray, he
Yes.
already said yes. You don't have to go any further.
He's
No,
already headed off down the street. Probably in the wrong direction.
He's not going in the right direction.
Oh, that's wholesome.
Markov, why don't you go fetch him? You seemed quite fond of him and his ideals.
Yeah, I'll go get him. Zim, wait, catch Zim, wrong way! As I run towards him, waving.
Who's going the wrong way? I don't know who you're talking to
Oh,
there.
Nim. I knew
Huh?
that.
What? Oh, okay. Lead the way then. As he still
Alright.
runs ahead of you.
God.
Cray will lead them all back to the Azurius Library, where I believe they were planning to reconvene with the client.
Mm-hmm.
He was with you.
Oh,
Or do you mean? Yeah, no, he came with you.
What the hell were we doing then?
You, collecting Nim.
And then?
I believe you were then going to properly file your papers and
the
legal
Azurius.
proceedings
Yeah,
with
right,
all of you as witnesses who will testify against this man as
Okay,
a
so yeah.
group.
Yeah, okay, so I lead us back to the Azurius Library.
Everyone goes back to the library again.
Books.
And I go to the front desk there and I tell them that I have a claim to file.
At the library?
Would you like me to redirect
know-
you back to the man you spoke with earlier? The eagle?
Yes. Well,
Great.
he'll be the legal assistance, but needs to be taken up with the grand jury.
Understood. Yes. I'll take the claim.
And we will present the things.
The 2 notes. The one you took as the handwriting sample, and then the note found on the brigand telling them to kill you.
And also witness testimony, as well as any evidence applicable in the scene of the crime, of which should probably be taken over by Boros.
Scene of the crime, you say?
Yes, I believe it was... Markov, what was it? It was something number 4.
District number 4? Or
No, we were... Wasn't it District 4 and then it was like Drain Pipe 4 or some thing like that? You should be good with naming those things.
Morath leans forward and says,
you know,
Entrance 13 of District 4 sewer access.
that one, yes. Sewer access 13.
they will nod and say that they will send this to the Boros to have the scene secured. And you are all victims of an incident.
Attempted murder.
Attempted murder, you say? And the assailants have died?
Majority of the assailants, save for the instigator.
The instigator lives. Interesting. Who might this instigator be?
Moriarty turns and looks to the client, the kobold.
You mean Cray?
Yes, Craig, thank you.
My god, Moriarty just appeared and then vanished into the ether. Just to give someone a look. Just to give
Moriarty just
What?
popped in. Moriarty just popped in and then went, ah!
What power move? It's like, I'm here to give you a look now. Bye. Didn't even finish. Just a single vowel. Mora says, the Badger innkeeper of the Wailing Cauldron.
Oh, you don't know his name?
Well, we never really got on personal terms, but I believe his name was Millinor.
I was gonna say it has to be on like one of the documents. For...
Yeah, didn't he literally sign the one I gave him?
He did. His name is in fact Millinor.
What's his last name?
I'll get back to you on that one. Anyway. They will take this evidence into consideration and ask, and what manner of action would you like to take as a request for personal compensation?
I want his in.
Yeah, that
His
seems
inn's got a
appropriate.
kitchen.
Mora says,
Are you
"You
telling me that the law doesn't have a already predetermined outcome for attempted murder?
Yeah.
Well, it's
However-
incredibly likely that this individual, if found guilty, will be sentenced to anywhere from prison time to death, depending on the severity of it. But
we will have to get his side, as Boros care for more the spirit of the law than the letter of the law. If he feels he was sufficiently justified in his actions, things may get sticky.
likewise, possessions, assets, all forms of that kind of matter can often go to the accusants, assuming they are, of course, found to be correct. As a form of compensation for some of the crimes that had been committed, of course, the state always does take a bit out of that. That being said, though, something such as assets, such as the inn, which has been requested by one individual, very hard to really take a piece out of. Of course, they get the normal taxes out of that.
I'm just putting down your request in case we do not get full seizure of all assets due to unforeseen difficulties. The Boros can be passionate, especially when it comes to their own.
Unforeseen circumstances.
Well, with the Boros, it's quite hard to get a clear, concise judgment sometimes.
Have you ever had an Azurius present with them?
They help less than you would imagine.
One that lacks vision, then. Understood.
Well, when it comes to defending their own, as I stated before, If they felt they are sufficiently justified and others agree, things then start getting sticky, as they are part of the Boros Legion, and as such will be subject to Boros law.
Which is Azurius law, as is the law for all the guilds.
Enforced by them. In their own territory. But we can continue to push, after all. You look like Boros, yes? I'd like to request all your names and guild affiliations. If I can make this a big enough incident, they cannot weasel their way out of this with passion alone.
You're very much already aware of who I am.
Yes. The rest of you are unknown.
I'm Nim Otar Bonechomp. Nice to
Didn't
meet
I
you.
see you yesterday trying to eat a bookshelf?
They're not very tasty.
Right, it was you. Great, you're so... Yes, I'd imagine...
What, is
you-
something wrong?
No, just why are you in a library?
I'm with this guy. He's kind of neat. And he's got
Right.
a nice kitchen.
Well, I'm pleased to see that you're having new experiences, Cray.
New experiences, yes.
He sounds so exasperated.
As long
He
as
and I
we,
spent
as
the
long
night
as thou
together.
art not, as long as thou art not bored with your new companions.
It has brought me new vision.
Adam says as he bows, "My name is Elemin. I'm a trainee from the for the Boros."
Yes. Good. You will be very important. Put down. Attacking their own is certainly not going to put him in a positive light.
And then Graham will, introduce him. Graham Ashfeld of the Selenia Conclave.
This gets them to pause, and she asks you again, the Selesnia?
Yes, the Selesnia.
Ah, the vengeful ones. Yes, very, very good, yes.
There should be a documented guild exchange.
Yes. Also, as a DM, you should probably mention the other possible victims of this man. The barrels of bodies. Oh, just thought I'd mention that again in case you forgot.
Graham will bring it up and be like, "Oh yeah, also, in case you weren't aware, they'd been doing this to a lot of recruits."
Innkeeper?
Yes.
Well, there is technically no direct evidence of that, though we have suspicions and did find other corpses at the place. Evidence would assume that, but there is nothing hard there that we have found.
Yeah, we can't really link it to the previous incidents. We can only link it to ours. But
What were the affiliations of those, the deceased?
all over the place.
All affiliation.
Yeah,
But they were mostly the Orzhov.
Yes, over half.
Orzhov, you say?
Yes.
Well, I
Still don't know if they're doing us a favor or not.
no comment. No personal feelings on that matter. No comment.
I want to roll and see if he actually has no personal feelings upon that comment.
Oh, by all means, anyone who cares to roll insight.
Would you describe the room for me?
This was the Azurius Library. As was previously described, there is a
Okay.
large, sort of grand circular desk which you all are standing at. But
I
otherwise, this is
kind
a
of
very
forgot. I forgot where we were.
gotcha. The very large, tall bookshelves that go up for
A wise
literal
decision.
stories. This place looks like it's, it's built to be official, marble pillars, almost religious, almost like, the
It's
U.S. state
grand. It's
architecture.
very grand and opulent.
Grand, opulent, and filled with all sorts of filigree here and there. It is incredibly unnecessarily fancy place for a library, and an unnecessarily large and grand. And anyone who is a part of just, the general anyone who would be a residing citizen of Ravnica, so the rest of the party besides Nim, unless one of you has some other backstory, you would know that this is just kind of how the Azurius do.
Alright, I will also say the DC is not high, so all of you who rolled insight can tell, while their words are carefully neutral, they have a smile on the inside.
Oh,
All right
Lord.
then.
On the upon hearing that the Orzhov numbers are diminished.
If only slightly.
Oh, just if yes. Good. Yes. Well, we will open the matter for investigation. However, we will also then need to take testimony from each of you, and should there be need for court proceedings, you will be called upon once more. Is this acceptable?
Standard procedure.
Of course, of course.
Grant mentally is just inside his mind. He's like, so boring, so bored. He's just kind of like half zoned out. He's just kind of like nodding his head, like,
Oh yeah, hold on, we didn't. Markov didn't introduce himself.
Oh yeah, no. My name is Markov Taz, and I'm from the Izzet Guild.
Yeah, Nim's very bored
see.
as well.
Uh-huh.
Very bored.
Quite the group of friends you've gathered, Craig. However, such things are what you'd find in stories. Almost ideal for one of us.
Business
Graham will
associate.
just be kind of like, friends is a strong word.
We met.
No?
We didn't met like 2 nights ago. We just happened to join in on the same quest assignment.
As
And
I said, business associates.
Ah, yes, understood then. Very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we're strongly acquainted.
All right. Is there anything else that you feel is relevant? Your interactions with this man prior that I should document?
We did have a previous contract with him, though it is likely unconnected.
Potentially unconnected.
Potentially unconnected.
To be fair, that contract was made with the exact same listing of individuals, though that was told to us later as a recommendation that was made.
See.
Of course, said recommendation was likely a setup.
Morat nods and says, yes, I'm their current employer and was recommended to them by Millinor. In a curious fashion. I should have gotten his words down in writing. They are quite suspicious in hindsight. Oh, yes, you may put me down as a testimony or testament also. Very good, Mr. Morath. Guild affiliation. And Morath will give you an answer that you may not have expected. None. The librarian pauses and looks at him again. None? Not in an official manner, no. Right then.
Grandma would
And
just
she
be
puts
like,
some
that was
mark next
our
to his name.
reaction. That was our reaction too.
Oh, he's something. We're still getting to the bottom of it.
Action 52.
She'll put a mark next to his name. Own guild affiliation. Interesting. Yes, well, I do believe we all. Then, and she looks at him while saying this. I believe our business is concluded. Yes, quite.
I believe you'll send us a sending spell when it is time? Or some
Yes.
form of magical transported delivery.
Most certainly, you should be hearing from us sooner rather than later. This should be rather clean cut. After all, even the Boros should not defend someone who attacked a Selesnya. It's a bit much to defend one person from an entire guild.
Yeah, let alone all of the guilds.
Yeah, quite the diverse pool of victims he chose this time. However, thankfully you've all survived.
Although
And-
I think the Selesnya might have been the had the least amount of victims.
Yes, you only found the markings of one other and not even a body.
Yep. But that's all the Selesnya need.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Once they find out.
Out of character, imagine if that pin wasn't actually from a body, but it just happened to be there.
Well, who can say, really? Maybe it's Graham's. He hasn't checked. Maybe it fell out of his pocket. Maybe it...
Why would it fall out of my pocket? And besides that, I'm pretty sure it would be like pinned to something or like embroidered onto something.
Depends from person to person, really. That's just my take.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Graham would have like had it like embroidered on like his like scarf or something.
True enough.
Something a little bit less losable or stealable.
Well, just the threat alone that they might have had a Selesnya victim is probably enough.
If we're done dawdling, there's other business to be tended to.
Moritz says, well, I suppose I can give you your payment now, since I'm assuming the follow-up will be easy enough to handle now that you are all for certain going to do it.
It would certainly increase one's loyalty to be paid in advance.
I can't imagine a way for you to avoid the rest of the work, so yes, I will agree to pay you. Here is 100 gold to split amongst you. Spend it however you wish. Markov, I suppose you
Yes?
didn't. I suppose you didn't need my crossbow after all.
No,
Or
you can
would
have
you?
that back.
Ah, yes. Thank you. Markov, would you have examined it at any point during these proceedings?
Oh no, I have not. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
He's saying, would you have, as though you
Oh.
have the option to have done so.
Yeah, you've
Oh,
had it
yeah.
on your person since he gave it to you.
Yeah.
Then, roll me your method of investigation. If you feel there's a proper skill, then by all means. And what you may be looking for specifically. Because this is a light crossbow with one bolt loaded.
I'm gonna just see if it's damaged at all and see if it was like rigged to explode in my hand, I guess.
Hmm.
Oh. Did not do it.
Then by all means, roll me an investigation roll.
For some reason it's am I supposed to roll it onto the
Roll it onto the chat.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, it's just not doing it?
Go over to the number, click and grab and drop the dice onto the chat.
Or just double click it. Sometimes that works too.
Weird.
What? There's a little like dice looking. There's a little like
Yeah.
dice looking thing next to it,
Yeah, he's
like,
rolled.
like
He's
your
rolled
modifier.
insight, so he
You
knows how to
double
know.
click that. Okay, yeah.
I'm just making sure the thing. There we go. He's rolled.
Rolling for me or
Yeah, it rolled you a 15.
That was a D20.
I'm just gonna go with that one because that is
Alright.
time I was
You have a proficiency with investigation, so I'll just add it. So that would be a 20. No, this is a seemingly perfectly normal light crossbow with no external or extra mechanics. It does feel a little lighter than others, admittedly, but this crossbow seems to have been made with the intention of possibly being disposable later. The bolt, on the other hand, is quite the bolt.
Hmm.
Well, for starters, it seems to be barbed at the tip and seems to have some poison on it.
Oh, alright then. Yeah, no, you can have this back.
Great, thank you. And he will take it back and stow it in his coat or cloak.
Okay.
Well, the gold will be distributed amongst the remainder of you. Now, I suppose we'll see if we find anything from this former associate of mine. And in the meantime, I suppose I'll do some field work. See if I can't find any other groups of similar action. If there's anything you'd like to ask, now would be the time before I depart for the time being.
I suppose if you find any more of their hideouts, I'd be interested in going about clearing them.
There is one curious thing that I find.
Hmm.
They they seem to be bunked down in the sewer, right? There were beds and the such. There was even food
Uh-huh.
there. And they're looting guild members. Where is the money?
They must be sending it somewhere.
One would assume that the perpetrator would be the one who would be taking it.
As an ex Orzov, would I have an idea of where I would try to hide money if I was them?
Maybe
Or what do I
inside
roll?
maybe
Well-
inside a vault or a safe. Nudge, nudge.
Yes. That is where Orzov would keep their gold. But these looked like unaffiliated brigands. Thugs.
No. I was asking, what do I roll to basically be like, okay, if I was an Orzov trying to hide like illicitly gained money from
Oh,
Graham.
like all Orzov's money. Like,
Graham, you've literally been an Orsov. You don't need to roll, you know.
yeah, no. I'll not call for a roll on that one, unless you'd like to roll religion, perhaps, or history. But yeah, they keep their money in sealed locations.
Okay, where do would I have any idea where these brigands might, where they might have where they might be, delivering this stuff to?
There may
Because
be
again, I'm
a
pretty sure the Orzov have a pretty good understanding of like the criminal underbelly of Ravnica.
It's very likely. You didn't really scope the place out too well, but there might, if these brigands have any amount of forethought, either some other base that they use, lower key, or perhaps there was a hiding spot in that base, or in that initial sewer area, where they take the gold off the people and put it for later delivery, if they don't just keep it on them. Because gold doesn't have any personal markings. If you say you have money, then, well, hard to say that's not your money.
True.
Especially if the previous owner is disposed of.
Grandma was like, I suppose we didn't really investigate the sewer too thoroughly. We were kind of busy trying to figure out the deal with the mastermind behind trying to assassinate us.
Yeah, probably didn't help when the ceiling started falling, did it?
No, it did not.
Yes, very, very weird that. Still,
Also, something punched through a solid stone door down there at some point.
that gets his attention. What?
Yes, something at some point gained them access, or I'm not sure if they followed it or if it was someone that they had do something intentionally, but someone had punched through a solid stone door. One of those, I'm sure you know what kind of doors they have down there, but they punched right through it. Like where the lock would be.
I see. Yes. Perhaps I'll revisit that scene before the Boros get to it. if you'll excuse me. And
That sounds interesting. Maybe you'd like some company.
well, sure, I suppose, if you've got nothing else pressing.
Not particularly.
Well, very well then. The rest of you, plans for the rest of the day?
I want to cook something.
Yes.
Yes, you wanted
Something.
you wanted food.
Also, since the Gruul basically live in the destroyed parts of the city, because that's basically the only outside. That's the closest thing to outside of the city that exists. How the hell far does would Nim have to actually travel to get to where he lives? With the Gruul, technically, since he
Great.
doesn't actually have a home anywhere else. Unless, of course, Cray is basically adopting him.
I mean,
He slept in Cray's house last time.
Oh, I know.
to
Just
be
kind
fair,
of
the
sleeps
Gruul
wherever.
But part of
exists
part of
everywhere.
I know, but they don't. You can't tell me that any of the Gruul actively live in any civilized part of the city.
No, they probably do, just like in alleyways or on rooftops and shit.
I
They,
don't
they probably
know.
don't own property.
Like I said, I would see they'd be the people who basically this defunct slum that no one really lives because it's supposed to be under renovation, or this area that we basically ransacked to the point of no one being we want to live here. I believe that those would be the places the Gruul would live.
That is correct.
So like I said, it'd basically be I'm just wondering where the nearest area even like that would be.
Interesting.
They exist.
Oh, I know they exist. I was. It's not a question of if they exist. The Gruul, the city covers the entire goddamn plane, and the Gruul are constantly trying to destroy the city, on the the premise of the wild reclaiming the city.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
None of these are answers.
And no, they aren't.
I mean,
but
I don't
you did
know what
say
the question
it.
is.
The question is basically, unless one of us is housing Nim, it might take him a lot. He's either sleeping in random alleys or something like that, where we can't actually. Well, even if he goes, regardless, unless he's staying with one of us, we're gonna have no way of finding Nim for things.
Well, yes. Remember that in the original contract, they tried to look for Nim. They could not find him. They could.
Yeah.
Even the Gruul didn't know where he was.
Just kind of goes where he wants.
Yep.
That is the Gruul way.
Yeah, Grandma would be like, we should probably figure out who one of us. Well, if we're gonna be keep doing things together for any reason, we have to figure out where the how the hell to keep track of Nim. I mean, I offered to basically take him back to where I live, which is basically just a nice balance between forest and city.
He likes to follow me.
All right. Congratulations, sir. You now have sentient wolf roommate.
Sounds about right.
Enjoy. Graham says it's
I
probably
I
the
want
only
the tavern that I could just live there.
I'm surprised you want to own things as a Gruul, but then again, you have very many ideals that do not fit the Gruul.
I don't think he actually has any beholding to the Gruul or their mission. I think he's just kind of with them because it seems like they just kind of picked him up and he's just like, okay.
Well, yeah.
That would be incorrect.
They said we could be friends.
And from there, he befriended the Gruul. But from there, he also has formed ambition. Ambitions that I will let him keep or share to himself.
I don't think the Gruul are necessarily going to care for him wanting a tavern.
And what are they going to do?
Again, I mean, they can basically be like, you're with us no more, and then he'd be, guildless. Which,
yes, because the Gruul have an official standing in Ledger.
Again, he still has to. I mean, again, he still lives somewhere, and regardless
He stated
of
he wishes to live at the tavern.
So
He shall live at the tavern and declare himself a Gruul, and if one Gruul says he's not a Gruul, he can continue to declare himself a Gruul, and it is up to each individual Gruul whether or not he is a Gruul. The Gruul themselves have just a packed tactics of ideology.
Nim is just
Is that
looking
I'm
between
just saying,
the two of you as you're
I just-
going back
know,
and
like-
forth. He's just completely confused.
your grandma will just like, I just don't want to go to find if he makes a tavern and find out the Gruul have burned it down with him inside of it because he betrayed them or something.
Why would
They are not. Well, they would be so divided that only one tribe of Gruul would do that, while the other would say, "How dare you!"
Again, I think with him embracing the city in any respect, I think that division might be a lot less than you think.
Hmm.
Well, it can be summarized pretty
Well,
easily in might makes right.
Embracing the city
if-
might be a bit of a stretch, considering he destroyed a tree and doesn't understand property.
What were you gonna say, Brado?
I'm just saying they operate in the form of might makes right. So if they can't make him do it,
They're also
then it doesn't matter.
of the strong opinion that the city needs to be basically leveled so nature can take hold again. they only have two beliefs that the strongest among them are basically the right to lead, and then the other thing is destroy everything that is the city, so that way the wilds can reclaim the entire city.
I find it very interesting that you, as an Orzhov and a Selesnya, are going about preaching about someone else's guild.
You know a lot about
I'm
this.
just trying to keep him out of trouble.
A tall
Hey,
order.
why would I get in trouble?
Because guilds are
do
crazy when
something
it comes
wrong?
to their beliefs. They're all crazy when it comes to their beliefs. The Gruul are no exception to that.
Wouldn't that make Graham also crazy? He isn't a guild.
I mean, theoretically, I was at one point one of those crazy, really devout followers of a guild, and then it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm not doing good. I'm basically just strong arming people and stealing their wallets
And so you decided to do that under
for the
a
cause
different
of
guise.
donations.
And so you decided to do that under a different guise.
We don't force people to do anything in the Selesnya. It's basically just, it's just one for all kind of mentality.
Yes, I
If you
understand.
can-
There
if you
is no
can
war
recruit-
in the Selesnya. I understand.
I mean, if you can recruit people, they're like, great, but they're not like, go and forcefully recruit people.
Of course not, because there's no war in this Lesnia.
We do war all the goddamn time. It's just when people are like, okay, we're gonna fuck with it. We're gonna fuck with these people because we think that
No.
they're
The
weak.
Selesnya wages war all the time. Everyone knows that, but there's no war in the Selesnya.
No, there's no war outside Basing Say.
There we go! Someone got
I
it!
was waiting
What
for.
now?
I wasn't going to say it, but you know.
Yeah, same. I thought that was the point.
I don't think
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
I said there's no war outside Basing Say.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what he's referencing.
there's no internal conflict in the Celestia.
This conversation is taking a while.
It is.
But anyways, I guess we can move on from here. If you're basically saying you're gonna house Nim until
Well, once he can house himself, as he seems very keen on that tavern.
So he wants to own a. So he wants to own a.
does he understand enough about money to actually be able to keep owning property?
I've owned
Maybe he'll
property
learn.
before. I used to
So you
run
know how
a. I used to run an orphanage.
Okay, so you
as well
understand
as
things
a
like
shelter.
so you understand things like taxes and like all that other stuff, right?
I let other people handle that.
Do you have the money to pay other people to handle that for you?
I will cook for them.
Grab will just put a hand on Cray. Good luck. Teach him the ways of our world.
I will teach any who are willing to learn.
Mora just says, a magnificent passing of the buck if I've ever seen one.
Hey, he's the most qualified as both a librarian and the guild that he's in. He literally knows all the laws,
All of them.
or
Yes.
can find those laws and teach him any kind of applicable skills that he might need.
For some reason, in District 6, it's illegal to own an alligator.
Wait, what now?
What?
For some reason,
Oh.
in District 6, it's illegal to own an alligator.
Ah, the incident. Yes.
I'm out of character. I'm very confused.
It's
Out of
basically me
character
taking a
and
crack at the
in
U.S. legal
character.
system and state laws.
Yeah.
Out of character and in character, I am so far beyond confused on all of this.
Yes. I've succeeded.
Perfect, because that's basically Nim's whole thing is being confused about all of this.
That's true.
Learn in character, let's go.
Mhm.
Anyway, enough about that incident.
Yes.
So, Graham, you wanted to come with me to the sewer, and the rest of you are going to eat at more Crayer's house.
Who's more cray?
The second Cray, the other one over there. The other one.
Ah, yes, there's more
There
cray.
are many. There are many Cray.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Krill.
Wait. The Cray. That makes Moriarty the villain in what the fuck is it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Cray.
What?
I thought that was the Foot Clan.
I thought that was Shredder.
Leader of the Foot Clan.
It's also the aliens known as the Cray, who refer to themselves as the Cray. Like they talk in the third person, so they say Cray a lot.
I'm gonna be
God,
honest, I haven't watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles enough to have known that reference.
Yeah, no, that one passed me by too.
I think I actually remember that from the 2017 Ninja Turtles.
Really? I
And-
didn't watch that one.
Anyways, let's stop getting sidetracked and actually do things.
Yeah.
Yes.
sounds like a plan.
All right. So now that we have filed these things, what are we going to do?
Well,
The client seems intent on returning to the crime scene, and Nim wants to eat.
I'm heading.
I have.
You go first.
I had previously stated that I would begrudgingly allow all of you to visit my abode. For
Hey, I
food
get to cook! Let's go!
prepared by Nim.
He, rushes out towards the house.
Right, Rabbit, tell us what you find. Then he goes and he just walks off after him.
Enemy actually is asking if I could go with Graham and the client.
Nim doesn't care. He's out the door already.
I have no opinion either way. I'm not your mother.
Well, I'm asking Graham.
Sorry, what now?
Can I go with you and the client to revisit the crime scene?
I mean, I don't know why you're asking me. It's not really. It's kind of more like a. You can kind of do what you want. It seems.
Okay, I'm coming too.
All right, by all means, let's get this done quickly so that we don't upset the dog by Wolf by missing a meal.
If
Easy.
Nim were there, he would have been bit.
Careful now.
I've corrected myself quickly enough, I believe, to maintain social grace.
He says to no one.
Right. This way then.
Graham will inform our quote unquote guildless friend that there are booby traps inside of the sewer.
Ah, wonderful. Nothing like having basic traps inside one's own home.
They actually kind of look really old and decrepit. Like they've been there for a really, really long time.
Ah. I see. Very well then.
Why would a sewer have booby traps in it?
I can't answer that question.
It may have been put in there by the bandits since they have been using this for quite a while.
How long have they been doing this?
I can't imagine that the bandits did that, not with how old they were. Also, one of them stepped on one of the traps. I feel strongly that they
would have known if it was there. Yeah, you're right.
Also, they would have kept up the traps or something. It also seems really odd that they didn't do any kind of upkeep or anything like that.
You are also correct in that regard. He will take them back to the sewer, which has, as of yet, been untouched by other forces. As of their knowing, entering is easy enough. It is still unlocked. And walking inside, things are generally as the group had left them. Even
Can
the
we have the net
fragments
brought
of
up?
ceiling. Sure, I'll go bring it up again. Images, there.
So
Share.
What you doing?
Bringing up the map again.
Gotcha.
They
Graham
can
will like
re-examine
point
the
out.
sewers.
Graham will point out like where they've been to, where the door got punched in, and basically where they haven't gone yet.
All right. Feel free to move your tokens around as you wish.
Well, as I'm pretty sure all these doors on the west were locked.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, Graham will just check to see if they're still locked. Avoiding the booby traps.
And thus, we have successfully made the mistake of splitting the party.
Oh, don't you know you never split the party?
yeah, I was gonna say there's like a whole song of this I posted in the group chat.
So is the door still locked?
It is.
All right, then Graham shall start making his way back around this way. Then, obviously not like running like ahead of the party. He'll keep with him, but I'm just saying he's moving up to here.
Right. Roll investigation wherever you'd like to get more information on the rooms. Element, this goes for you as well.
Which one? Investigation?
I guess here.
Compared to the traps, these beds look like they're much newer than the rest. An odd detail, and how some of these braziers are still burning. Long after you've left, and still burning even after dust from the ceiling fell on them.
I mean, I assume they were magical. Like, there was two different kinds of braziers, and I'm assuming one of them is like the ones that are still burning now are magical in some way, shape, or form.
True enough.
Just to make sure though, Arcana. Oh my God! Why rolls?
Hard to say, as there is natural fuel in these braziers, like normal wood.
Anyways, Graham will make his way over here then and check the doors over here.
They are also locked.
How about this one
However-
up here?
Also locked. I don't suppose any of you are deft at lockpicking or forcing doors open.
I think I am in the apartment.
I mean, I do have +4 strength. I could try and force the door open.
Graham looks at mysterious, quote unquote guildless person who somehow has a lot of money, which is immediately a red flag.
No need to hold me under such scrutiny. I was just considering our options. I'd like you to show me what you have.
I mean, unless you want me to literally blast the door apart.
Not needed. I can handle this. Element, would you like me to move your token up to the others?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I got it.
Okay. The client takes out a set of tools and begins to work. And with a simple but heavy click, these doors slowly open with an amount of pushing afterwards.
Alright. Element.
Now I shall reveal the rest of the map.
Okay, I'm gonna try and push the door open with my strength.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you pushed that door
Wings
open.
open before you, revealing
Fox.
the rest of the room.
Graham will look around. Let's see.
Is a brazier, 2 barrels, and little else. Theoretically.
Oh, god damn it. Graham will look around real quick to see if anything stands out.
Well, these barrels are new to you, and they seem dry, actually.
Graham will open the barrel.
Inside the first one, you find weapons and other small accessories, and small accessories that probably belong to the guild people.
Mm. Anything good?
This does seem like ordinary quality stuff, but there's an amount of it.
Mm.
So, if you'd like to grab some simple equipment from the list, you could probably scavenge it from this barrel.
Nah.
There is a glaive, though. That's interesting. This is a large barrel.
Element! Glaive!
Element doesn't seem to be paying attention.
Would you care to tell Element your findings? Would you care to?
Graham will be like, hey, here's a glaive.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of neat weapons in here. Unfortunately, I am small and tiny and can't actually wield some of the more interesting weapons.
Well, these weapons don't necessarily belong to me. I wouldn't dare to grab one.
Well, if you take it, just think of it as you're gonna use it to avenge them one day. I think they would I think its previous owner would at least appreciate that.
Element rough his chin. You may be right in that regard. He's gonna inspect the glaive to see if it's any different from the glaive he already owns.
Oh, you already own a glaive. Then never mind. I thought you didn't have one.
No, I do have one.
Okay, then yeah, never mind. Graham doesn't say anything. He's just like, hey, there's a bunch of weapons here.
I mean, no, you didn't know that, so I may as well tell him.
Well,
Yes.
glaive is kind of hard to hide on you can't just hide it in your pocket, man.
That's true.
The client opens up the other barrel, peering inside, and then looking back towards the other, says, "Well, I guess here it is."
You found the money?
Yes, I have. Plus an amount of small gemstones. Just, not very high quality stuff, but it's here.
It kind of makes me sad that the Orzhov will be getting this money back, which they've no doubt kind of coerced in the form of donations to the church.
I mean, they don't have to find it.
Graham turns back to Element and then turns back to the mysterious kobold. What the hell is his name?
Morath.
Morath. And like, I get the distinct feeling that any attempts to not return this money back to its rightful owner might be met with force.
Well, who are we to determine how much did belong to the Orzhov and how much belonged to those other four poor, unfortunate guild members? However, if we return it, the Orzhov will surely take as much of it as they possibly can, if not all of it.
Let's face it, they're gonna take all of it because they're gonna be like, basically just what they're basically gonna be like is, do you expect the other poor guilds to have amassed such money? Blah 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 blah.
This is why I'm saying we can help ourselves a little bit. We did kill their assailants.
Also, real quick question. Did we ever determine how long ago that door was punched in?
No, you didn't really, you sort of briefly examined it. Not much of a thorough investigation. However, at this point, I would like you to, yes. Roll, both of you roll perception based on hearing.
All right, advantage. My God.
Oh, don't worry. The DC is low as you hear something crash from towards the entrance of the sewer.
Oh no.
The client looks over curiously and takes out a crossbow, as it sounds like a very loud, very heavy,
Very door punchy.
Very possibly.
Very possibly.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like that. I don't.
I hope you're skilled, because part of the reason I came was because I feared something like this might happen.
Right. Yes, I'm not in the mood to die right now.
Welcome to the part of the session that was originally designed to be a combat section, but has now become a stealth section.
You would be correct. However, you do have the client whom is not useless.
Also, I can't stealth for shit.
I haven't taken a long rest yet, so I don't have laying hands, and I only have 2 spells.
Meanwhile, we're all just chilling back at my place. Nim is making
Eating
some
a
good
meal.
Nim's making some food. Freaking Cray walks into his room and asks not to be disturbed, and Lockett is just standing there awkwardly.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well,
about right.
I don't get anything for short rests, so.
Well, what would you like to do before you encounter whatever this is?
Well, what I say is, we stand at the door that we were right next to, kind of keep an eye out, and if you can, I would unlock that bottom door, and worst case scenario, we'll make a mad dash out of it while it comes through this one door.
Great. I don't suppose one of you would mind grabbing the barrel.
Grabbing the giant barrel full of money. No, that's definitely not going to be me.
Well, at this point, something else has come in, something that might confiscate things from the crime scene. At least we can agree to that much, that we secure these assets. Yes?
I would like to, but again, I am small and tiny.
Let me nuts. I'll do it.
Great. Strength check.
I'm very small, and I have no money, so you can understand the amount of pressure I must be under.
It is heavy, but you can hoist it. You might not be fighting while carrying this, though.
How much does it weigh, out of curiosity?
This may be somewhere around 150 pounds.
Oh, then I definitely wouldn't have been able to pick it up myself.
This is quite a lot, yes.
I could definitely push it or drag it, but that's about it. But Graham will fire off an eldritch blast into against almost the opposite, the doors opposite of us, to try to lure whatever the hell was coming in through that way to come up near there.
So the door to the top left of you?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm keeping this door just barely cracked open, so that way, you know.
Okay. Roll perception checks, all of you, based on hearing again.
Well, I would have done this after the door was unlocked and Morath got away from that door, because
I can't hear anything.
No, you don't hear the sound of Nim stealing your doorknob.
Stealing my doorknob?
You don't know what he wants with it, but he wants it.
I don't know if you can just steal a doorknob. I'm not sure that's how doorknobs work.
Well, you're very
I refer
not
you to
perceptive.
I refer you to the tree.
Oh my god, what the hell is up with my
I refer
rolls?
you to my front door.
Well, to be fair, he didn't go to your front door before.
Right.
Yeah, I really doubt that your interior doors are basically armored vault doors.
They're not vault doors, they're just reinforced. Reinforced doors are a thing that exists fairly commonly.
Yes,
Hell,
but
a
they're
lot
not-
of these doors aren't even doorknobs. A lot of them are just like fucking giant fucking ring metal knocker things. that you
I'm
just
just
pull
I'm just
on.
saying, like, I really doubt whatever you use for a doorknob is going to be nearly as fortified on the inside of your building.
You can doubt all you want.
I doubt you with extreme prejudice.
Honestly, I doubt I have a doorknob more than I doubt that he'd be able to like get it off.
Anyway, you hear it stomping closer, and the client starts to quickly retreat from the door he unlocked. Fuck.
Right, yeah.
I don't think it hurt you.
Really? How did it not hear an Eldritch Blast hitting a goddamn wall?
Because it rolled a 2 on its perception.
Oh my god. Alright, well then, Graham will just be like, okay, we're sneaking out. Hurry before it gets to the door, because it probably can't hear through these giant solid stone walls and doors.
Elvman takes two steps and the entire barrel rustles with coins.
It is not the quietest thing, but it is being taken.
Again, these are very thick stone doors and walls, so
Yes.
and if he didn't hear the magical Eldritch Blast, which is force damage, slamming against the goddamn wall, he's not gonna hear the rustling of a fucking barrel through.
For his first perception check, maybe.
You don't need a perception check, as you hear something punch through the door to the south of the room that you were in, and the grinding against the floor as the door is then pushed open, and you hear a voice giving some command.
Graham, are you okay? You've been coughing a lot today, like much more than usual.
I'm just having some slight problems. Sorry.
It's okay.
Graham will point at the Morath dude and be like, "Hey, check around the corner, see if it's clear for us to go through." And
Yeah, right. The thing is by the thing might see us. That is quite the abomination, I see. Honestly, this is a bit of a tight space for it. How many heads does the thing have? Let's see, 1, 2.
so what I'm hearing is if we make a mad dash for it. Also, Element, you might want to move yourself up to the door. Because if it's a tight fit in here, that means it's not going to be moving very easily. So if we just kind of haul ass,
Very possibly. And then a large sound of "What the fuck?" rips
Go,
through
go.
the chamber.
Graham will just be like, go.
Graham, make a dexterity check for your speed. Element, I'd like a strength and dexterity check
I
to see how
I can retreat at full speed. I don't think anything's slowing me down.
Okay.
Unless this is difficult terrain. Like
there are a few things in your way, but I guess then roll stealth
Strength and dex.
if you're trying to sneak, or acrobatics if you're trying to sprint skillfully past these objects.
Is there really objects that's gonna get in our way?
Well, there's the chair, the brazier, and the
I'm not jumping
the
over
remains
those.
of
I'm
the
gonna go
door.
around the other side of the clear side of the column.
Yeah. It's just seeing how fast you do it, because you are making a turn and something happened to the front door.
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to jump over. If we have to like jump over anything, then I think that would be the point to roll. But I think for now it's basically just like, surprise action, like double move.
Fair enough.
So a strength and dex.
If you're
How
trying to
about,
jump over chairs and stuff.
All right. How about athletics and then just straight dexterity to see how fast you can move with this barrel? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh
Ellen
lord.
drops the barrel.
Okay, Eisen, I need you to switch to push to talk, please.
I do have it on that. I'm trying to mute my mic whenever I cough.
It's just constant, and I'm sorry, but it's really bad.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I got a natural one. I think that's
Yes, you drop the barrel.
For the wouldn't the athletics be for how fast he moves?
No, athletics is.
I thought he was doing dexterity for like holding it or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no. Dexterity
Oh.
was for moving. Athletics was for how he's
Okay.
got the barrel.
Oh no, you're right now. I get
Remember,
it now.
athletics is a strength skill, not the dex skill.
yeah.
Graham will just be like, "Shit, hurry, pick it back."
Do I do another stretches? Do I do another stretches to pick it back up?
It's cracking, or
Oh.
it cracks as it hits the ground. Let me roll to see if it breaks.
Oh,
Because there was
y'all are
a
fucked.
There was a lot of waiting. And all right, high or low? Element high or low?
I said hi.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I didn't
The
either.
barrel cracks, but it does not split open. However, that alerted this.
How is that thing even squeezing past these pillars?
Well, it's having to move very slowly. However, someone else has been alerted as well. A man behind the chimera that yells, "Toto! Toto, seize them!"
I bless the
Toto.
rains down in Africa.
And
Meanwhile,
Morad
Nim
seems
is
conflicted. He doesn't want to fight the chimera, but he'd really like to interrogate that man.
Meanwhile, Nim is back fighting his own battle in the kitchen, making a
hang on, I might have a
fantastic
thing
meal.
for oh no, that's only for that's only for saves.
Out of curiosity, what's Markov doing?
He's just twiddling his thumbs.
Sitting on the couch.
Yeah, just looking around.
Oh, there isn't a couch.
Oh, sitting on your perch.
There isn't a perch. It's just all pillows.
A house full of pillows.
Just imagine one of those, Persian rooms that's just like, those pillow rooms. But the entire room is that. Like, it's not it's not necessarily a singular pillow. It's just the room is a pillow, and then there are pillows everywhere.
He's just trying to figure out how to sit comfortably on one of the pillows.
And then there's the kitchen, which is hard floor and marble.
It's fancy.
And
He lives in a
before
padded
any
cell.
door, there's a little stone platform sort of thing to like allow you to properly stand, so you're not like juxtaposed while standing on basically pillow ground.
Anyway, Element, would you like to pick up the barrel and continue your movement?
Yes. Let me try again. Ah, no.
It's difficult to get a grasp as the creature moves closer
Shit. Okay.
and the client draws a short sword.
Oh god, he's going in for it. Alright.
You
Does
really?
not seem pleased, but
5,
he's going for it.
10, 15.
But not before applying something to the short sword.
Graham will come to here. And let's see. I'm gonna do a thing before this all kicks off. And I think I might just cast Bane.
By all means. This is your, this will happen before initiative is properly rolled. Cast Bane on this thing.
Alright. Alright, so I think I can cast it on up to 3 creatures that I can see. Oh, I can't see the acolyte, damn it. Would the acolyte? I guess not. Sadness.
No, unfortunately you cannot see the acolyte, but you can hear him being angry.
Alright, well. Whoa! Does it fail the charisma save?
It does.
Then effect you have.
Ah, very nice. Alright, Element and Graham, roll initiative.
Good luck.
So I found this interesting chat that looks like it would be really good for like a telephone service. It's called #MartinFacts.
Alright, Graham, you're first.
Alright. Alright. It is baned. And it is now going to be cursed.
Aha!
I curse you.
It is cursed. It is
And then I do something crazy. I cast Eldritch Blast.
by all means, blast it.
How crazy.
I know. Oh my god. There's no way that hits. My god. Why roll?
Unfortunately, that missed.
Well then.
Well, then.
Anything else?
Nope.
Morath is going to move to engage with a bit of a grimace. And swings his short sword. hit. To pass the save. Oh. So then. Swings again. Hit. And that will be the end of his turn.
Yeah, you guys will get out of there.
And the Acolyte does nothing other than yell commands to crush them. Element, your turn.
Element is gonna try to pick up the barrel again.
Crab was just like, just, yeah, just move. If you're gonna move fast.
Alright, you hoist that thing up. You've got it. You've got it.
Our
Okay, now I'm going to
community
move.
grows.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's it. I can't do anything else.
Alright. This.
Hey, I baned it.
Yes, you did. Let's see how it goes. Unfortunately, a very high roll, and he will take.
Was the -4 applied to it?
It was a D4 that was a -2, but it rolled a 24 total. However,
Ouch.
Gurus.
it's a bit meatier. It swipes twice. Let me check. Ah, no, it can attack that many times. Stop rolling like that. Stop.
My bane is doing nothing.
Well, unfortunately, this thing just keeps rolling a 17 on its dice plus modifiers.
Oof.
Graham's just like, you got this, Morath.
Fuck! Ow! Fuck! Ow! Thankfully, he doesn't seem to be in much. He doesn't seem to be in much mortal peril yet, but that was 27 damage.
That would have killed me.
Nope, you are. Let's just scroll down. Graham!
Shit. Graham is just gonna start working his way away from that thing. But
Abandon the client.
No, he's not abandoning him. He's just being in a position to be like, okay, time to just haul ass away from this thing.
Learn to disengage, dumbass.
That hits.
Yay! And curse damage. Wah.
Your bolt flies forward and smacks it in the face. Its head turns to the side for a moment.
Ouch.
And it looks like you, like you're an asshole. At least one of its heads does. At least one of its.
Oh, that damage roll is so low and sad.
Pat.
But yeah, that's it for me.
He's going to continue to engage you with the short sword. Very close, but he does hit. Fails to check. Swing again. And that will unfortunately be a miss. The Acolyte is now moving down to see what's taking so long, damn it. It's just a kobold. It's just... Hurry this up now.
Turns out Morth is actually dragon in disguise.
That would be cool, but no. That would be cool. Element.
So I have to do an extra check to hold the barrel.
Yes. Athletics check, if you please. Unless you're not running at full speed. You've got a secure hold on it with the 20 last time, but it's starting to slip. You can you can move your full movement.
Can I use double movement? Or is this taking an action?
Holding it is taking your action, and it is hard to grab, especially with the crack.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, grab it in a way that it does not further damage itself with the weight inside.
Okay. I moved.
All right. Nope. Go back.
What?
Nim is currently putting things into
There.
the pot and getting the boiling going. He's simmering things as well in another pan.
Yeah, what is Nim making?
Tortillas!
Ah.
Because he's got a whole bunch of them. Burritos,
No, you
rather.
can't. Don't tell him that.
also,
he can't tell.
also, I thought no one could witness actually anything that Nim is doing.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
yes, but we have ethereal viewers.
Oh,
and Nim
that's right.
himself, you know. And besides, you can see him doing it, you just don't remember it afterwards.
Does he use his mouth or his paws to stir? I'm assuming he's actually
remember.
using a utensil, but I'm just wondering if he uses his mouth or his paws.
You don't remember.
I think the ethereal viewers want to know.
I will say, congratulations, Graham. Bane made it miss.
Yes!
Yeah.
I would like a crit card for an enemy, if you would. Zim?
Absolutely.
No! More wrath!
Also, we have influence, which I will happily accept.
I'm the one who decides that.
I mean, it's just saying spicy smothered burritos.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Sounds totally fine.
So, that's me deciding to accept it because it's what Nim's doing.
Fair enough.
Alright, what kind of
Turns out
attack?
the burritos are actually slithers or whatever the hell those things are called.
What type of damage or attack?
Slashing. Natural weapon.
Not them! Quadruple damage. And make a DC 16 wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you become frightened of creatures of your attacker's type. Repeat this save each time you face creatures of this type until you have defeated 3d12 of them.
Oh.
Congratulations, he passed the DC. Now let's see that damage.
Oh, I might have to actually use my Cure Wounds on Morath. My last spell.
Lot of damage.
Let's see it. Let's see. Ouch!
Oh shit. Cure Wounds is a touch spell. I don't think I could... wait. Do I have the ranged version? Please tell me I have the ranged version.
And it's not done yet, as it lets out a breath weapon.
But wait, there's more.
Oh no.
Is Morath gonna die?
No. He actually dodges this completely.
Yay.
Oh, thank
However,
God.
I will say that he's sitting at 70 damage and he's not looking great. And I will also mention that if you did not come with him, he would have encountered this encounter by himself. But he would have probably run.
So what you're saying is it's our fault he's dying.
No.
Yes.
He might have taken some of the money and maybe been chased. However, this is not an impossible encounter, but it's not going as well as it could be. Graham,
Yes.
you witnessed this kobold getting clawed open.
Graham was gonna be like, "Hey, it might be time to run." Graham's gonna retreat here,
Ow!
and just in case that he decides not to run. Let's see. I'm gonna use my last spell slot. Just in case. Just in case.
It hits.
Alright. So it takes damage. Bam.
Damage.
Yes. It takes
Quite the sizzle.
curse damage. Bam. And now next person to attack it gets advantage on it. And that will be Graham's turn.
Alright. Pass the turn to Morath. He's looking a little frustrated with his opponent.
I did hit
And
it with
the guiding
guiding
bolt
bolt,
is
so
discouraging him, isn't it? You'd think that, judging by the wounds on each of them, they're about on par with each other. Ah, lovely. I'd like a crit card, Zim. Slashings.
Alright.
A player crit card.
Yeah, that's what I'm pulling out.
Yes.
Slice to the cheek. Maximum damage.
Ah. He has applied poison to his sword. Does that get maximized also?
Yes.
Lovely stuff. You'll love to see it.
Though poison doesn't really do much damage.
No, but it helps.
A lot of damage.
Fortunately, this thing resists it. And he'll swing again. And miss.
Morath! No!
Fuck this thing. But fine, I'll be back for you later. And he will not take the disengage action as he steps backward quickly,
Grandma would be like,
poking an attack of opportunity.
Graham will be like, we can do like a fighting retreat because it still has to squeeze its way past those pillars. So we
in
might be able to
general, with games like this, a large size is able to move through without much trouble through a 5-foot space.
Unfortunately, so.
There is influence
And
that
thanks
is
to being
relevant
that
to
attack
this.
missed.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh. Ah, I see. Very well then. A crit card for the enemy, if you please. A crit card.
Slashing again?
Slashing again. Slash.
Splash, splash.
No, Morath.
This is why you don't split the party.
I mean, you're getting away with a large sum of gold if you get away.
But we're
you'll-
gonna be like returning it or like donating most of it. Sadness.
Well, at least they're not. At least the enemies aren't going to get to keep it.
True.
That might make you a hot target, though.
Off form. Quadruple damage, and you have disadvantage on melee attacks for the next 1d8 rounds.
Yikes. Okay, let's see it.
Oh God, Morath. I knew ye well. At least there's no follow-up attacks.
Alright, rolled low, but he has moved to heavy. He has moved to heavy.
Shit.
He's gritting his teeth and looking spiteful. Yes, just like that. Rip him in half. The acolyte seems to be cheering, not noticing how much his chimera is limping. Element, over to you.
Graham will be like, Element, you move very quickly.
And I mean, I need to do another.
Athletics check, if you please. You can dash.
Yes. Where is the opening?
Directly to the south,
Ah, okay. 1, 2.
just around the pillar.
5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm leaving.
You are out. You run onto the street with your barrel of loot, heavy gold coins, and slightly precious gems.
Oh god, the chimera still goes. And Morath put me in the line of fire.
I'm more
That
afraid.
he did, because it's moving down and it's striking with its.
An element blocked the door, so I couldn't run further.
I'm sorry. That's where my movement ended last last.
I know.
It's striking with its tail. It's.
Whoosh.
However, thanks to Bane, that misses both.
Yes. Thank you, Bane.
Alright, now let's see how you do against this one. Because it's unleashing its breath again. Because it got very
No.
large and recharged for that. Morath dodges. I'd like a dexterity save from you, Graham.
Alright, that's not too bad. I'm not super bad with dexterity. But the dice hate me.
Yes, they do. A lot of dice.
This is gonna kill me, isn't it? Yep.
Good lord.
Oh.
You are immolated in
God.
fire. However, this has been something I've been saving. As vision fades, you see a snow white rabbit.
Oh?
Small. You could probably fit in your hands if you put them together. That seems very displeased. Pushes against your face. And then keeps pushing. You feel more conscious as it continues to press against you.
Strangeness. All Graham is hoping for is that Morath grabs my body and saves me as I stayed to not abandon him to death.
Well, thankfully, due to the rabbit's intervention, you are a bit crispy, but you are at 3 HP still.
Woohoo!
You are not down, but you are down 2 death saves.
Oh my!
Don't
I mean,
go
all
down
he has to.
again.
He just has to take 30 damage then, and he instantly dies.
I mean, he took 29 damage in 1 hit before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. However, bunny save. But don't count on that again.
Oh no, absolutely not. Graham is gonna haul ass the hell out of here like a sane person.
Nim has finished cooking the food and is now assembling the burritos, smothering them over with a signature sauce that he came up with, smothering over top of them.
You flee with wings in your heart.
Wait, why is Nim fleeing away from the,
Graham.
what's wrong with the burrito?
Yeah, no, Graham. Because it's just too beautiful of a burrito. He's afraid he's gonna eat it.
You looking at this burrito, you get it. You understand art. You get it now. Damn it. Damn culture. Getting in the way of your food.
I'm having a good time.
I mean, he understands art. That doesn't mean he's not going to eat the food.
Morath takes the disengage action. And far can he move? This far. He's booking it out of there. And as a bonus action, do dash. And he's out of there. With a lot of you. Before turning around with a crossbow and instructs the two of you, keep going.
Are you crazy?
I can move faster than it, and now I'm going at range. You two, though, I don't want you to keep fighting. I don't.
Fine.
I'm not gonna let it get close again.
Enemy is gonna touch what you may call it
Graham.
No, not Graham. What's the name of the
Morath.
yeah. Enemy is gonna touch Mara with his free hand and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Appreciated.
Also, if you do manage to take it out and capture the acolyte, punch him in the face for me.
Nice. That's a nice roll.
That's a good heal. Good heal.
Graham will be like, okay, we need to go somewhere with this money.
You could go back to the library where whom is processing the case, or you could hand it over to the Boros.
I don't know. It depends on what's closer, and also I don't want the Orzhov to get their money back. Let's go to the library.
All right.
It will probably be a good evidence. It will probably be something good for our case. So we might as well.
True, but the main point is I don't think the Azurius are gonna be super keen on letting the Orzhov have as much of this as possible.
You really don't like them. You really don't like them, do you?
I don't. Again, they're very.
You could always return to Cray's house. You could.
No, we're going to the library first to basically turn this in.
Yeah, I think if we go to Cray's house, we might look suspicious instead.
So yeah, we'll head back to the library for now.
Looking, with one of you looking very battered and bruised, you can make your way to the library. Element, your arms are crying as you carry this thing all the way to the library.
Let me bears it as it is his duty at the moment.
I mean, if you need to, we can take like a short rest so I can cast Cure Wounds on myself.
That would be appreciated. If you need any more,
You can stop by a few vendors and just take a few coins out as a restoration fee to yourself to just have a moment, have a breath.
Alam mo lang alaran. At least not with the coins in the thing. We can use our own money though.
Graham will just, whenever Element needs to rest, he'll just cast Cure Wounds on. He'll just cast Cure Wounds on himself with magic.
Element appreciates it, and Element actually, I'm going to cast my last cure wound on you because he can see that you need it. But how do I do it? Oh, can I do this? No, I'll just put it in the chat then. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't a good.
You can click and drag it onto him on the combat tracker.
Oh, the combat tracker. Okay, thank you. Should I do that again or?
I mean, usually I think that's our roll. If you mess up the roll, you basically re-roll it, right?
Oh.
Unless that's changed.
Generally, the rule is if you do really well, then and you messed it up, then you re-roll. But if you do terribly and you messed it up, you're stuck with it anyways.
Can we do an next section just this time?
I don't care.
Okay. Alright, if you could short rest us at least once so I can cast my spell on me. Actually, let's see.
Menu.
Actually, I'll just because we were short resting, and I'm gonna burn through the spell anyway, so I might as well just. There we go.
Fair enough.
Just remember, a short rest is an hour.
Yeah, I know. Element's been dragging a giant, heavy-ass barrel. I think if we're catching our breath, we would probably take at least an hour.
It is quite the barrel. It is.
Graham feels better after some magical healing.
Magical healing. So refreshing.
Energy returns to your tired, sore muscles.
And we continue our way to the library.
The previous receptionist is still there.
On the way, Graham will be like, "Do you think that we'll get basically a salvaging or fee or something once the case is processed?"
Is he asking me that?
Yeah, he's just kind of making small talk on the way to the library.
I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on these things myself.
A finder's fee would be nice though, especially because everyone who this money belonged to is now long since dead.
That is true.
But yeah, Graham will go up to the librarian or the secretary or whatever. Be like, "Okay, we brought you some evidence from the sewer." and he'll motion for Element to come forward with the barrel.
Element puts the barrel nearby the desk. It puts it down with a heavy sigh as he's not longer holding it now. That took some time.
Meanwhile, Nim has finally begun to serve. Well, probably before the short rest, he brought out the smothered burritos. One of them is vegetarian only for Cray. The other two or three. It's three. It's 4 pairs. You know. 2, 2, 2, and 2. And he serves them to... He goes over and kind of barks at Cray's door. Food's ready!
Yes, I'll be there in a second.
And he takes it over to Markov as well.
Thank you very much. As he starts to take bites out of the burrito.
How are the burritos? How are the burritos?
I mean, they are... Yeah, I rolled a 23 for them.
Very tasty.
Eventually, Cray will walk out of the room and glance between the two of them. I hope you've made yourself comfortable, he says, mainly addressing Markov.
I think I have, as he continues eating.
He goes to sit down at the plate that's clearly prepared for him.
I made yours vegetarian for you. I hope you like
Oh.
it.
All right. Vegetarian.
I thought you didn't like meat.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh. Well, then why'd you turn down the other food?
It could have been poisoned.
Why?
I knew you for like a day.
Oh. Well, this one's not poisoned, and I'll take a bite if you want.
The offer is enough for me to tell you're not lying. You just like nip at it.
Nom 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 nom.
Actually, he's gonna do that bird thing where he just like shotguns the whole thing, but then he just goes.
Oh God!
Fascinating.
Just terrible images in my brain now.
What do you know? That's fascinating. Shut your mouth.
I like to imagine that Cray like kind of like elegantly like pecks it like a few times just to taste it, and then just goes, then just shotguns it all down like some kind of savage.
Yep. It's like, first I want to taste it. Ah, yes, it tastes good. All right, let's eat this thing.
Like a pelican.
He just sword swallows it. See, Cray doesn't have teeth.
Is good. However, you do have silverware.
But it's in such a convenient shape to just.
Oh God! I just. All I can think of is I forget what D&D campaign it was, but it was the one where Nim's character was basically like a drunk who drank so much his blood basically became alcohol.
That would be Kalani.
Kalani and the cat. I can't remember the cat whose cover he was like a prince or something, and his cover was basically like I'm like a
Rembrandt.
prostitute.
And no, he never said that. It was just Kalani that misunderstood what Rembrandt was trying to say.
Well, it just all I can think of is the jokes about Rembrandt were bad. I don't think you've realized what you've just done to yourself, Craig.
Oh
I
no.
ate food.
Food is delicious.
Yes.
Food is very lovely.
Food is food.
As
not
Craig
judge
swallows a burrito whole.
Do not judge me for how I eat.
But yeah, so what does the Azurius secretary say whenever we drop all this giant barrel full of money?
Well, they're going to look very surprised at Graham's condition, and then
Graham looks pretty okay now.
Well, yes, but you were still burnt with fire.
You look like you had a run-in with a rectus.
What? What did you do?
We realized that that we didn't explore the whole place, and that at some point something had punched through a solid slab of stone door. So we're like, oh yeah, we should probably go try to collect any evidence before they take it out if they get there before the Boros.
Ah, yes. I suppose if you did not trust
Someone brought a chimera into there, and we barely got out.
a Selesnya someone?
We didn't really. Actually, I would have seen the. Would I have seen the acolyte? No, I never saw the acolyte, and the grandma would just be like, not that I'm aware of. I mean, I didn't actually see the person who brought it. We just heard them.
Well, usually, they are the ones who deal with such creatures.
There's also the Gruul also deal with creatures like that. I doubt it's them, but they're not the only ones who have creatures and abominations.
I see.
The chimera was basically like an abomination, right?
It was.
Yeah, Graham will be like, it was some kind of abomination of some kind, like a abomination chimera.
I see.
And that's not really a Selesnya thing.
Fair enough. What? Sorry, I meant to say Simic.
Yeah, maybe.
Suppose it's good that you secured these.
Yeah, enemy shrugs. I don't.
It would certainly be unfortunate if it went missing.
Indeed.
However,
for
your troubles, I believe you could have some of this, a finder's fee. This is for last session, when we got the donation goal but never got to it. Shinies for you!
Yay!
So, by all means, add either 40 gold to each of you, or a gemstone worth 50 gold of your choosing, or any smaller gemstones of total worth of 50 or less. But by all means, you can decide now or later.
Oh, so we get either or?
Well, the finder's fee isn't too much, but you can either get the gemstone for free or the gold.
Is this available to the whole party or just them?
They found it, but if they'd like to bring up the rest of their party, you do still technically work as a group. Or you are somewhat registered as a group.
Are we?
Well, you're under the same client, so you are technically co-workers.
That is true.
Graham will take the gems.
All right.
I'm just gonna be like 50 gold's worth of gems and just put it into my currencies.
Very well. We can probably decide that later then.
Mm-hmm. Enemy is going to mention the rest of the party.
He's
well.
like, they didn't risk their goddamn lives. They're off at Craze eating food. They didn't do shit.
Well, I'm sure they could still appreciate the gesture. Perhaps that, or you could convince them to part with a bit of their share for your trouble.
Maybe.
Enemy.
We should. I guess. I guess I let a little bit of my spiteful Orzhov sideshow. I guess we really should probably tell them.
Yes. Enemy nods happily.
Ugh. All right, we'll let them know, even though they didn't do shit.
She'll glance over your shoulders as Morath walks in, looking a bit haggard, with a burlap sack over his shoulder.
Is the acolyte so small that they fit into a burlap sack that a kobold could sling over his shoulder?
Oh no, the sack is large, but it's also wet.
Oh.
Did
he not bring them back alive?
He's going to walk up to Elliman and Graham and say, well, I may have gotten a little heated.
What exactly happened? Enemy is going to ask.
Well, I took down the Chimera. And then when they were running, I shot them with my crossbow. And they died. However, I cut off the Chimera's heads. For my friends. Pick one. And he opens the bag, revealing all 3 of the Chimera's heads.
There was.
Does the Chimera's head have any, out of characters, does the Chimera's head have any value?
Not especially. But maybe you could sell it to a collector, but this is a rough cut and there is battle damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Selesny are gonna appreciate. Well, even if it's an abomination of a Chimera, I'm not sure they're gonna appreciate me dragging some poor animal's head back to mount on a wall or something.
This is the one that breathed fire on you, he says, pointing at the lion head. You could vent a little at least. You could vent.
It's fine.
Enemy shakes his head. I don't want it to think.
I'm trying to be less angry at things.
Great. Okay. Just thought I'd offer. Where's Oh, it's over
Although
there.
I'm really surprised you didn't have anything to at least stabilize a guy to interrogate Mr. Guildless.
I don't generally carry that. I mean, admittedly, I was a little not thinking properly.
Mm.
And he was very, very weak, actually. Like, remarkably weak.
What?
Like,
Did he have any guild markings on him?
he did, actually.
Where is he from?
The Orzhov, actually.
Oh God. Ugh. Ugh. Wait, how did the Orzhov already find out where that place was? Oh, they must have already been ready to move in.
Perhaps. I didn't really find much else. He was traveling light, it seemed. He even had a cloak over him. I had to search all of his clothes just to find this. And he held out a ripped off emblem of the Orzhov. Doesn't even look like he's very high ranking, really.
I kind of wonder if I'm really, really hoping that he just happened to discover where these bandits were and is just trying to reclaim the money for the Orzhov, rather than the very horrifying image of this man just being like, I'm going to kill Orzhov to gain money so I can donate more to gain rank.
I mean, I can't say one way or the other, really. There's no evidence to either, but he did come with that thing, so he was ready to do something.
He also went straight for the money, too.
He'd do that.
Like, he knew exactly where it was. But anyways, we turned in the money.
Well, moral high ground, I suppose. I will get back to you tomorrow. Let's take a break. I am quite tired.
I can imagine.
Graham will basically ask, like, the secretary lady or whoever the goddamn secretary is, lady, man, other thing, and be like, just leave leave a message for, like, Cray so he can inform the others.
I'll make a memo. I'll separate a potential share for them once they arrive. And I'll take my finder's fee now. Understood.
I feel like, I'm just gonna throw it out there, I feel like these Azurius would probably have, like, sending spells, like, on standby.
You know what? You are correct. Cray, you'll get a sending saying that you have a finder's fee waiting for you back at the library for you and the rest of your coworkers.
Graham would have made sure to be like, make sure you detail, like, exactly what we had to do to get this to them, so they understand that, you know, a little extra appreciation thrown our way would be great.
Cray stops mid burrito choke.
And actually chokes.
No, he's just, like, kind of sitting there, like, mid burrito, down throat, like,
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like if you were mid burrito, like if the burrito was like halfway down your throat, I feel like you wouldn't be breathing.
Yeah? He doesn't do it for long, he just does it enough to pause to, like, listen, like, oh wait, what's going on? Okay, swallow. You can, in fact, go seconds without breathing.
And Mora
I guess if Cray eats like that all the time, he's probably used to it too.
That's how birds do it. That's how.
He is a bird. He don't have teeth. He got beak. He just swallow.
The birds.
He built different. Not better, different.
Yep, that's you are correct.
BRB,
I mean,
got food at my
you
door.
can break it into smaller pieces or just pack it away, but I suppose that is also the fastest way. That wastes the least amount of your time, and doesn't leave much cleanup to do. So
Also,
technically, if we should-
Graham will also add one other thing to the to the Azurius like secretary. Be like, I'm sure we can both kind of agree that you know, the Orzhov maybe should you know, the money should be more equally distributed among the guilds who suffered losses. Maybe a little bit less for the Orzhov.
of course,
What was going on?
I mean, charitable donations seem like a great way for this money to be put to use once it's done being used as evidence.
right.
I mean, after all, you can't really identify who actually owns what money.
You would be correct. And the Orzhov initiates probably have very little after their entrance. You know, after their initial donation of most of their funds.
Welcome to the Orzhov. Please sign here on the dotted line to give us all of your life savings and money.
That is.
If you aren't born into the Orzhov, it's like joining a cult. Please give up all your worldly possessions.
Yes, that is quite the way of it, isn't it? Very well, I'll make a note
God
of it.
only loves you if you buy his love.
For 12 easy payments of $19.99.
Oh, sorry. Did you think there was a dot there? No. No, fork it over. That was a comma.
You guys are funny.
Would Cray tell the rest of the party?
Yes, right. Sorry, I got food.
Wait, how did
You also got food.
Wait,
Yes,
how
I
did
did. I'm chugging it down like Cray does.
Oh,
how did Cray knew about this stuff?
ascending spell.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Okay, fair enough.
So, Cray will just take that into note, and yes, he will convey it to the other two that hey, there's some money available for us. Because of what Graham and Elman found.
Graham would have also made sure tell them that I almost died doing this.
Morat. Oh, you almost died. Oh, you.
Yes, I almost died.
If the Azurius bookkeeper does relay that, Cray doesn't seem to relay that himself.
They will mention that what they stated was Graham seems to have had an especially harrowing experience and would care for some extra appreciation.
Okay, he would state that Graham and Elman are asking for a slightly larger cut due to their finder's fees.
No mention of Mora, though. She may be trying to ignore him as much as she can.
If Morath wasn't mentioned, I'm not going to mention Morath either.
Right.
Maybe. But they also wouldn't eat my food. So, maybe not.
Enemy ate your food.
I mean, you didn't stay for the meal this time.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, however you want to decide how you do those things. Markov,
Yes.
your opinion?
I really don't have one.
Well, something
I
is
mean,
being
we-
asked of you.
No.
We did do a lot of work already.
I will let you, the two of you, determine how you wish to handle things.
Are you going to give them a part of your share?
Yes.
Yeah, well, give me part of my share too.
Maybe.
We can each take up to, I want to say was it either, like, how much gold?
It was
40
40
in
gold,
gold or a gemstone worth 50.
a
Or-
gemstone or gemstones. Basically,
Yeah.
basically 50 gold's worth of gems.
Yeah, you can either take the 40 gold or the 50 gemstones. He relays that. I will be taking the 50 golden gemstones and then giving 10 gold's worth of gemstones to each of them individually.
Yay! Thank you.
That's so nice of you. Yay.
I mean, that chimera was a fucker.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but what did they
Listen.
really do against it?
I don't know what they
Escaped
did.
alive.
I simply know that they have brought me a profit for me doing nothing. And in my experience, individuals who do that normally get paid for it. So I will pay them properly.
How gracious of you.
It's simple
Well,
business.
anyways, shall we head to the library then?
Yes, we'll need to go pick it up.
To the library.
Gets up and starts to walk out. By the way, I may have a few new pieces of work as well. He just opens the door and holds it for the two of them to walk out.
Then we'll trot out, running ahead again.
And I'll follow him.
He gives a nod, closes the door, locks it. Magic little effect happens of some sort, I'm sure. And he follows the two of you, as he seems to believe you to know where the library is.
Nim starts going the wrong way.
I still trust Nim's judgment.
Library's left.
Okay. Didn't I just go left?
That your other left.
I thought you did.
Oh.
That
Okay.
direction is right.
Oh. Okay. Then we'll turn
Fair
around
enough.
and start going the other way.
Yeah, same.
Oh, cray.
You know, the fact that Morov doesn't know left from right as like as an is terrifying.
Or you have the full-on right to be feared. Or to be in fear.
Wonderful.
Weren't you basically an engineer or something like that?
Oh yeah.
How do you not know left from right?
It just happens.
Don't ask questions which you do not want the answer to.
I don't want the answers, but I just can't help myself.
I know.
don't want to know, but I must.
So,
Well, I'll assume everyone arrived at the library with Cray keeping them on track.
I would
Yep.
assume so. Unless Cray is just like, no, we can get lost for a while randomly.
Yeah, no, we're going straight back to the library. Come on, let's go.
The receptionist or librarian is still there with the cracked barrel of funds acquired from the scene of the crime, is still waiting, clearly having expected you, and motions to the barrel stating their previous offer, and saying you can distribute it as you like if you are giving them their extra appreciation.
And Cray takes his 50 gold worth of gems, trying to keep them as small as possible.
Yep.
And he just gives a nod to the other two and goes to figure out where Graham and Elman are.
Would they still be hanging around, or would they have gone somewhere?
I guess it depends on how long it would have taken them to get back here.
I mean, it's my understanding it's just a few blocks away.
Okay,
Yeah.
then no, Graham would probably still be here.
Yeah, and I mean,
Probably, taking like a short rest before, planning to, plod back to the Selesnya conclave area.
All right, he approaches Graham, and
Graham is slightly singed everywhere.
and gives him 10 GP worth of gems.
Like, I appreciate this. We had to fight an abomination of a chimera.
I didn't require that knowledge to pay you for services.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know why I was
assisting.
yeah.
Nim will take his, and then in gems, and then start heading back to Cray's house. I'll see you at home.
All right, I'll be there with the key to the door at some point. Please don't tear down the neighbor's trees.
What would the party like to do now? Disperse for the rest of the day and have a proper long rest? Or is there something else?
Edamin says yes, he really needs to rest.
Oh yeah, Elman, you get your 10 gems too.
Thank
from
you.
Cray. He gives a nod.
Edamin bows.
Graham will if Marov is gonna
Markov?
The local
I don't think there's a K.
Oh, there's a C.
Oh yeah, Markov. Okay, I see it now. Very tiny on my screen. But yeah, if Markov is gonna share in his portion, then yeah, Graham.
I thought it was.
Oh, okay. Well, how much are you sharing? Because that would be up to you.
What was it? 10 gems?
That's
what
how much
Cray did.
Cray shared.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can either get 40 straight gold, or you can take 50 gold pieces worth of gems.
Okay, I'll probably just get the 40 gold.
And then
No,
from
no,
that
no.
40 gold, you can choose how much of it you want to give each of the individual party members, because that's your gold. But if you want to be nice, you can give it away.
There.
Nim didn't give them anything.
Oh.
Tim's tried to offer them stuff before.
He offers food, not gold.
He sees little value in gold, so the way he sees this is he can take this and go get ingredients and cook them a meal instead. Because, to him, food is far more valuable than a few gems.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll give him 10 gold.
Oh, thank you.
Each?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Nah, just Grim and Ellen split. So 5 each.
Okay.
Thank you.
Speaking of...
Yes, thank you.
Speaking of ingredients, Nim is gonna actually, on the way back to Kray's house, probably wind up getting lost as he's headed over to try and find himself a shop to, a grocery store.
How fortunate.
And Graham shall return to the Selesnya conclave.
They'll be surprised to
And
see
go
when
comatose
such
till the
matters
next day.
And then he's doing the same towards his Boros residence.
All right, Nim, there are plenty of food vendors, and raw ingredients are rather cheap.
He wants to find some raw ingredients, so an actual grocery store of sorts instead of the random street vendors. Though he will
There has to be at least one.
He will at least get distracted by a few of the smells coming from the street vendors. What are they offering?
You see some kebab stands, a gyro sandwich stall, and turtle soup.
He doesn't like soup very much, and kebabs, while he likes them, they are very hard to... It's very hard to pull things off of a stick when you don't have thumbs.
Yes.
So he'll go for the gyro.
Yes. Good. You can buy these sandwiches for 2 gold each.
You mispronounced gyro?
There are multiple pronunciations and I accept them all.
There are multiple pronunciations, but only one of them is correct.
Yeah, but only one of them is cool.
It's going although it's definitely
But 2 gold each? That is insane!
It comes with sauce and a heated flatbread.
Well, yes, but you also have to consider, for most people, they make like 5 silver tops a day.
Yes, this is a street vendor. He is not selling for fair prices. This is a luxury food.
Well,
Can you imagine how it is in the Orzok district?
This is a street vendor selling a luxury food. Something isn't adding up here.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's like, I could understand those prices at a fancy restaurant, but a street vendor would want to make sure he's selling stuff.
He's not been selling well.
Yeah. Nim will go up, hear those prices, and be like, too much.
He's essentially selling a euro for like $20. Like a small shitty euro for $20.
No, it's rather large actually.
It's
However,
still,
euro. Yes.
It's a lot.
Nim's got plenty of money and he could afford it, but he's not gonna
Like,
bother
he's
at that
looking at you
price.
expectantly, like, come on, you go buy my stuff. Buy my.
Sorry, too much. And he'll walk
How
on.
do you know what's
Yeah,
worth?
do meals even go past like a silver usually, unless it's like something like horrifically fancy and like a feast, basically?
Actually,
should
the
be.
book does specify cost for meals.
Which is why I said they shouldn't.
Yeah,
Often.
I understand now that you are he's overpricing it and shouldn't be, but
Yes.
He's basically
Yes,
trying to be like, stupid dog, I'm gonna rip you off.
Yes.
and the dog's
Yeah.
like, nope.
What? No, it's good. It's great.
Yeah, but I could probably cook better myself.
Get out of here.
Well, that's what I was doing.
He doesn't believe you, but you are on your way to a grocery store.
Food, drink, and lodging. So a banquet per person would be 10 gold pieces. It's got, so for a, okay, so 2 gold pieces would be the equivalent of a full day's worth of meals for aristocratic quality. So, you know, royalty. I understand what you're doing, Dusty, for the record, but I was curious on that, so I looked it up, and it's,
right.
yeah, I understand that he's just being dumb and overpricing it, but yeah, typically for a king's meal, or for all of his meals for a day, it's 2 gold pieces.
No, he saw you and he's trying to make out like a bandit.
Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
You know, they've got loaves of bread in here, hunks of cheese and their prices, as well as chunks of meat. But they don't actually have veggies and such listed. But I'm sure those would probably be about the same cost as, like, you know...
I would say yes. In
like
bulk.
Yeah. So he's gonna pick up a whole bunch of, he's gonna pick up a whole bunch of, variety of meats. Sausages, bacons, jerky, etc. He's also going to try and find a bag of colding. Because he knows it existed in his world. And he wants one here.
Roll investigation to see if you know where to look for starters. Which shops sell specialty magic items? Oh dear.
He will be asking around, for the record.
In that case, it may take you a while, but you are... hold on, which district was it again? 1v2. You are guided towards directed towards the Isits district.
I'd like to state,
yes,
just real quick, at some point during all of this, because Cray is going to walk home in so much less time than this. Cray's going to get home. He's going to look around. He's going to check his neighbor's yards. He's going to walk around the house, carefully observing it, looking for Nim.
Because he's just gone.
And then he's just going to cautiously open his own door and glance around the inside, specifically towards the kitchen. And then he's just going to shut the door behind himself and lock it and continue on with his day.
So, is Nim able to track down a place where he can find a bag of colding?
In the Is It district? Yes. However, be careful of fraudulent project.
Good point.
So, roll investigation again if you're trying to make sure that this is a bag of colding. To your standards.
Wouldn't that be Arcana?
Oh, yes, that.
Great. I've got an extra +2 on that. Ha ha!
There are a lot that really don't seem to hold up because there are bags of colding or bags that chill what they have, but they are no bag of holding. It's just a cold bag. A cold bag that stays cold in your hands. This, after lots and lots and lots of searching, finally, you find one. They are willing to part with it for 100.
Phew. I was really worried you were going to say some really high price.
No.
I think the only reason why it's not is because this is a very high magic world.
I was ready to argue that point, that this is high magic, so the prices in the DM's guide would not be accurate.
Yeah, no. I have been doing research and planning things because I knew you'd ask for one.
Well, I appreciate it. So, yeah, he'll take it.
However,
you guys are saying this like 100 is a cheap price, though.
I mean, I think he was
100
ready for
gold
me to
is...
put it up to the high 3 digits.
Yeah, I was thinking almost 1,000.
Oh, yeah, no, that's stupid.
Yeah,
Granted,
no,
a bag of
that.
holding in regular 5e, you know, most of the worlds in 5e, it would be about 300 around there, but you know, this is high magic, so things like that would be kind of commonplace. It's like going to the store.
More commonplace. They're not entirely commonplace, but they're more commonplace.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
It's not something any regular so-and-so is gonna buy, but
it's like owning a fancy refrigerator you can play Skyrim on.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Hey, look, I brought up a topic we mentioned last week.
Yes. However, they would ask to see your apparently tailored magic items.
My what?
That hat of yours.
What hat?
It's a very interesting hat you have.
You have a chef's hat.
That only appears when he's cooking.
Well, cooking recently, but does it in fact go away?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, then they'll ask that as a canine who can apparently get around, do you have any special magic items that they could take a look at for inspiration, perhaps?
Well, there's my backpack here. My
Your
saddleback.
backpack. Oh, what's special about that?
Well, he'll go over to a random item, a random thing, and just poof it away into his backpack.
See.
And
That
then
is
he'll poof it back into the
interesting.
guy's hand. That's the only well, I mean, there's the... He also has a self-cleaning food bowl and a self-coiling rope. But those are very, very simple enchantment type things.
How intriguing.
Well, that backpack is indeed interesting. All right, I'm satisfied for now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for...
Absolutely.
And you will get a bag of colding for 100 gold.
Nim will recall Cray's address and give it to the merchant. I'll be making some dinner when I get back there, if you want to come by for some.
I'm intrigued enough to say yes.
I enjoy playing Nim.
Congratulations, I might make the shopkeeper an NPC. His name will be Durant.
As Nim is just inviting people to Cray's house.
Congratulations, Craig. Your house may be a hotspot. So much for your private, secluded life.
Gray's house turns into a restaurant.
It will. It will.
So yeah.
Forgive us, Gray.
Nim is then going to finish his shopping and head back. Do you want me to just kind of come up with random prices for stuff that seem to kind of basing on the food, drink, and lodging table here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I can't imagine it's that expensive.
No, he could probably very well stock himself for like 20 gold.
Yes, I'd imagine so.
In fact, that's what I'll subtract. But I will come up with a variety of things. Also, since his party members don't seem fond of it, he will try and sell the goblin meat he has.
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Rask!
Oh, another influence.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Alright, let's see this.
Cray, you there?
Sorry, I had to step away.
Oh, Jaffer.
Oh,
What's
a
up?
Jaffer influence.
Okay.
A Jaffer game-breaking influence.
You
What
might
happened?
want to buy more
God.
ingredients.
Oh,
Nim.
damn. What's going on now?
A Jaffer game-breaking influence.
What is it?
You... Oh yeah, you're
Oh,
pro DM.
okay.
I guess I can send that.
Alright. I see. Okay. Okay. I accept.
You do? Oh no.
Alright, that sounds good.
Ray,
Yeah?
Nim's preparing dinner when there's a knock at your door.
Wait, how is he preparing dinner? I haven't let him back in yet.
Well, sorry, I fast-forwarded a bit. Nim,
Yes.
post shopping, will you return to Cray's house?
Yes. Also, could you give me a bag of holding? I'll just rename it to bag of holding.
I'll go find it. Sure.
It's in the DM's guide.
So you
Don't
you
forget
get
you'll
back.
need to identify it as well. Yes, Nim gets back to the house. loaded down with a whole bunch of food.
Right. Go on.
And he tries to get in.
How?
Well, he's going to try and open the front door.
It's locked.
Alright. Well then, Nim is going to instead look for a window to break into.
Quick thinking.
Is there a window for him to break through?
I'm gonna be honest, I never imagined this place with windows.
I suppose not. It's
A
a
bird who
very
basically lives underground? My god.
a bird who cannot fly who lives under. Well, no, he can't. We did talk about that before.
Like, I imagined him having a balcony at the very least, but that would at least be on the second
The
floor.
balcony.
Maybe.
Go for the eyes, boo. Go for
Like,
the eyes.
fucking-
Rask!
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. It would make
Jaffer,
sense for the
I'm
house.
going to refund that because I didn't really feel that the your previous game breaking, I felt like that was a little too much. So I'd say we combine this into that because this would be like a minor, really. I'll send it to you, Digi.
Right?
There's really no reason why the house wouldn't have windows.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll accept that one.
But if the house does have windows, it's probably kind of the same case as the door. If I'm being honest. There's also probably a back well.
Greetings.
So
I guess there would be windows, but like all of them would be blinds shut, curtains drawn, all that stuff. And that's probably why I'd never really thought of the place as having windows.
okay. Well, Nim is going. How tall is the house?
I'm gonna leave that one to DM.
Just because there's an influence, I'm gonna accept that as
I
Nim
see.
thinking of doing that. So, Digi? How easy would it be for Nim to get to the roof?
You will need to make an acrobatics check because this is, in fact, a 2-story building, but it is also quite tall. I'll say perhaps 17 feet.
$17.
No, more than that. Let's say
Each floor is-
22 feet.
Each
Tall.
floor is typically 8 feet.
I mean,
Tall.
there's also a floor itself in between.
Well, yeah, that's included in the 8 feet generally.
Is it? I feel like there are 8
No,
feet
8 feet
tall
would
people
be-
who could.
Yeah, so
That's why I'll say, like, all right, 22 feet.
but we've
plus
already
attic.
established there's a balcony on it, so he just has to get onto the balcony and then onto the roof.
Sure enough.
The balcony would have a door that is likewise locked. I would state that. He wouldn't leave a balcony.
Oh, that's fine. He's not going in the balcony, I don't believe.
Nope.
Oh god.
He's
Okay, I need to ask this because I'm not even sure. Do I have a chimney?
You do.
Well,
according to
you
this
do now
influence.
because of influence. So, does Nim make it to the roof with those 2 rolls?
Yes.
Excellent.
But I'll say you almost slip off the roof with that second acrobatics.
That's fair. That's fair. So Nim will then go for the chimney and kind of slide down it. How much damage does he wind up taking, and how filthy is he?
You know what? Cray, do you use your chimney often?
Probably when it's cold.
Hmm,
You gotta light a fire when it's cold.
I see.
Now, the more important question. How cold is it today?
That is a great question I hadn't considered. Let's see. I'm going to roll a D100, and each 25% increment is going to determine the season. It's early spring, a bit crisp.
Crisp.
But then there's
Alright,
the other question. Would you have left the fire going if you left the house?
I've been back at the house for a bit now.
Oh, you have? You said that you had
Yes,
left
no.
off. Okay.
No, yeah, like I said before, like, because Nim's going off doing his thing, I literally went through Cray looking around the house, being confused as to like Nim not being there. So
The dog.
okay, so Nim, high or low?
Hi.
High?
Yes.
I think that technically counts as low.
Does barely count as low.
The fire is lit.
Oh no.
You know what? Because it's so close, you start to go down, and there's nothing there, and it's like yes, and then you see the fire just get lit.
as he is going down the chimney.
Yeah, just like you see a beak and like some feathers and just
Hi.
like, and then like the fire lights, and then Cray like suddenly like turns around and is like, what?
Let me help you with that. And he
Nim?
uses produce flame to throw fire down at the logs.
Did you light the logs yourself?
As he is still descending.
Yep.
And just Cray just like fucking flinches at the sudden flames that come up. He's like,
For the record, that 20 in acrobatics is him, using his legs and such on the bricks and whatnot to not just
Slow his
crash.
descent.
Yeah, slow his descent and such.
Alright. There
I'm
is
gonna-
smoke coming up, Nim.
I'm gonna roll this.
Oh
Yep,
no!
He does not think to put the fire out for you.
Well, why would he?
He's like a little too confused. He's like, I heard a
You're
voice.
just so
It sounded kind of
bewildered.
like Nim, and then my fireplace suddenly lit up. And what?
You're just so bewildered. You can't. You're just like, a
He-
computer that's like stuck thinking. You're just trying to process everything.
He comes to a point where he thinks Nim is in the house somewhere, so he's just like starts walking around like Nim, and you hear him go into the other room, and he left the fire going.
Nim, there is smoke and it's rising directly into your face.
Well, yeah, but he's probably basically out to the bottom by this point.
That's for the DM to decide. You have 2 stories to like scoot down.
Well, yeah, but he's kind of letting himself fall more than... He's just making sure that he's not going to crash into the bottom.
All right. As you slowly descend, I would like a Constitution saving throw. To hold your breath against this stinging, awful-smelling smoke. All right. You can hold your breath and not lose your grasp, but a face full of smoke, and it smells not great.
Horrible.
Just like got that thing where like if you've ever like had smoke blowing into your face, like it doesn't feel good. It gets in your eyes a little bit.
No, you're starting to turn a little black.
And then Nim lands on the fire, gives a soft yelp, and then jumps out of it. I've got the damage for produce flame that I can roll on myself if you like.
By all means, but you are also very fluffy. Do you catch fire?
Nah.
Are you sure about that?
Can you just decide not to
Is there a DC saving throw against a
hair burns very quickly, Nim?
Can you just decide?
I would say maybe Constitution would be the roll because he's not trying to avoid
Constitution.
How about a dex save for getting out
Putting
before
yourself
he
out
actually...
fast.
And if he does
All right.
catch, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
accept this. All right,
Okay,
you managed to get out before you light up like a firework.
So, Cray, there is now a very black wolf in your living room.
He gives you a look and just blinks a bit and
Hi!
glances up. You were in the chimney.
Well, yeah, the front door was locked.
You didn't knock?
He holds up one of his paws.
Yeah, just sort of tap that against the door a few times. Maybe kind of butt your head against it a little.
But that would hurt.
Maybe turn around and kind of like pound it with your back paw.
I could probably do that.
Do that next time.
Or you could give me a
Especially
key. Ooh,
Pardon?
we could install a door just for me.
Doggy door for him. A pet door just for Nim.
I'd have to get a mage on that.
Alright, I'll leave you to that. I gotta get to cooking.
All right.
We got a guest coming.
Who? Also, where's Silver?
Oh, he's out on the porch still. Could you let him in?
He did not come down the chimney.
He rolls his eyes and like goes to get the door for Silver. Right, who's coming?
I don't know. I didn't get his name.
What did he look like?
I'll leave that to Digi to describe.
This man was an armadillo. Short-ish, stocky one.
And you gave him correct directions to get here.
The same ones I took to figure out where I needed to go to get back.
And you know the address.
Yes.
What is it?
He'll relay it.
Does he relay it correctly?
I rolled that history roll earlier to see if he'd remember it, and it was really high.
22.
And basically,
Alright,
it's in his head now, so.
Gotcha. All right. What guild is he?
Is it?
I don't know. Nim might have
should be-
known, but he doesn't really pay attention to that stuff either.
My
You need to
God.
be mindful of that kind of thing.
Why? He was nice, and
depending
he sold me a bag of
depending-
colding.
Depending on the guild that one could be part of, it could be malicious in intention.
Oh. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
You remember the guilds I taught you about, right?
Yes.
Good. What are they?
I need to get to cooking. By the way, did he find anybody to sell the goblin meat to?
I'll say that there were some who would be interested in buying it for experiments. He'd probably... How much goblin meat do you have?
37 pounds.
Great.
After the,
They'll buy it
burritos
for a
that-
silver a pound.
After the burritos he made earlier with it.
They'll buy it for a silver a pound, but ask if this is really fresh and real goblin meat.
It's
Absolutely,
not
I just
fresh.
killed the person it came from yesterday.
Why, I believe that's fresh enough.
Oh my God.
This is our party.
So yeah, Nim's headed to the kitchen and starting to cook.
Is there any way to prestidigitate him?
Probably. Do you have prestidigitate?
No.
Then not for you, there isn't.
He's leaving soot footprints where he goes. He's leaving...
I imagine there's
You're-
flecks of it. It's more than just footprints.
No, your house is a filthy, filthy place, man.
Hmm. Well, we're getting that cleaned up immediately before you can do any cooking.
Bath
Getting what
now.
cleaned up?
Bath.
Pardon?
Getting what cleaned up?
The soot.
Why?
Because it's making a mess.
Oh, well, okay.
Nim shakes.
Yeah, he shakes. I was just about to say that.
I see I have aligned with your thought process.
Now there is soot everywhere.
Markov, I'm sorry. Markov. This was not a session for you. But I hope you're having fun.
Are you there, Lockett?
He...
He's dead.
Lockett! Huh.
guess not.
Yeah, we really should
He's
get the
dead.
party more unified soon.
Yeah, sorry.
One would
Avoid
hope
things
the DA
like
would be
this.
giving us a quest of some sort that would actually do that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of waiting for the day to pass so that the trial can get underway, but things just kept happening.
I mean, hey, you're the DM.
Fair enough. However, I've influence yet to get to. So, Nim, continue.
Yeah, Nim has shaken himself off quite thoroughly.
Soot has gone everywhere. Pray.
Well,
Uh,
I'm not allowing any additional entry into my house what looks like this.
like what?
He gestures vaguely.
I don't understand. And it's okay, Silver can get the door. Silver, will you go get the door when they come?
The door is locked.
Also, I would think that Nim would have at least some basic understanding of cleanliness, if for no other reason than cooking. I would hope.
Silver chews at the doorknob, trying to open it, but cannot grab.
Nim has a very basic understanding in that basically shaking himself off is good enough.
Expect to see dog hair in your cooking in the future, I suppose.
Oh no, he grooms himself well.
Oh, I see.
He doesn't like shedding, so he gets that out quickly, rubbing against trees and such usually.
I see. Will Nim cook, or will he understand, or will he learn to understand that Cray wants him to clean this up?
Well, let's see what Insight says. Okay, he understands.
Okay. He has gleaned Cray's intentions.
I'm willing to assist you,
Thank you!
but that doesn't mean I'm going to be doing everything. And if I do find any soot left over, I will take whatever water is left from cleaning that will be combined with the soot, and it shall go into whatever food you're making.
You know, that might actually add an interesting flavor.
Oh, no.
The soap water.
Soap?
Yes, when you clean things, you use soap and water.
What is soap?
Yes, you are feral. Well, not feral, but an animal. Soap is...
so are you.
You are correct. As you like to say, I am a two-legger.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, yes. So, what is soap?
Soap is something that the people with two legs, otherwise known as bipeds, if you want to sound less crass, it is a thing that we use in lieu of the general chemical compound that is found within your mouth. You see, animals such as yourself are able to lick themselves clean because they have various compounds in their saliva which helps to clean them and keep their fur very nice. Various creatures, the majority of bipeds for instance, do not have this and must therefore make their own. They call this soap. They have different types of soap for different types of things. I have a special soap for my feathers, and many have special soaps for their hairs, known as shampoos.
Okay. So let's clean then.
He gives a nod. And he will prepare the cleaning supplies and also will teach Nim how to properly clean things.
How does Nim
Um,
properly clean with only the use of his mouth and paws? Because I can't imagine Nim putting anything soap related into his mouth.
Actually, important question. What does
Yep.
the soap smell like? Is it unscented or is it scented?
You know, that's a good question. Mainly because this is a magical world, and I don't know. Mr. DM, I'm going to need a ruling.
They were making scented soaps way back in the day. It was just only royalty that generally had access to it, but in a world of magic, things that only royals would have, everybody could have.
Keep in mind, this is also a world where elevators exist. They're not uncommon.
True.
So
there is soap.
The level of technology is a bit funky here.
Yes.
Magitech.
Exactly.
So is it scented? Do you get scented soap or do you get unscented soap?
I need to ask what's more available.
Well, someone of your
From the sounds
standing,
from the sounds
scented
of it,
soap
that
is
you're
available to you, Cray, readily. By order, but it's available to you.
And this is scented soap not for bodily cleaning, because of course he has scented soap for bodily cleaning, but
Yes.
For like house cleaning.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the libraries also do like to smell nice. It makes a pleasant atmosphere.
Yes, but they always end up smelling like new paper.
Well, there's not much they can do about that, but they try.
Exactly. All right, it will be scented, and if I'm allowed to choose the scent, it shall be lilac. Lilac.
Nim is going to attempt to eat some of the soap, or at least lick it.
Lick.
He will have poured the soap into the water so that it's a sudsy formula. So if anything,
This
he would
smells
lap
good.
the soap. Don't.
He already is in there licking at the water.
Don't.
And as soon as he tastes it, oh, what is this? This is horrible.
Yes, because it is not meant for consumption.
Why does it smell good? And he's kind of backed away from the bucket, looking absolutely terrified by it.
It is meant to smell good because we enjoy things that smell good, right?
Yeah.
So, therefore, when you clean something, normally when something is dirty, it smells bad, or at least undesirable to the majority of people. Therefore, we can both clean something as well as give it a new scent.
That seems weird.
Very weird.
It does seem a bit strange when stated out loud, but it is how things are done, generally speaking.
Well, okay. How do we clean then?
Well, for you, you are going to need tools, and he gets him like a little, brush on a stick. And he'll basically mainly direct him to clean up the hard surfaces, while he tends to more of the pillows and whatnot.
Hard surfaces. Didn't you say your entire room was nothing but basically a series of giant ass pillows covered in many smaller pillows?
Yes, for the most part. But
Yeah,
he
but
went
there's...
from the chimney being a stony area.
Yeah.
over to
wouldn't
the
have-
kitchen.
At least
And
I
the
would
kitchen
hope.
I did.
I would hope Cray does not have pillows right up against his fireplace.
I specifically stated
Maybe
that
they're wool pillows because wool doesn't burn.
I specifically stated two things about the house. First thing, at least from this room, there is at least an area of like sort of stone platform. So before you enter a door, so that you can stand on solid ground to open the door. As well as there would be one if there were stairs in this room. I still haven't decided if there's stairs in this room or not. I'm leaning towards not. And I specifically stated that the kitchen area was all hard surface, marble, that kind of thing. Granite countertops, you know. It is a nice looking kitchen, but like even someone as eccentric as Cray to have pillows everywhere and to just have like a soft house, at least a soft living room and guest room or whatever, has enough common sense to make the kitchen hard surface. So he mainly just needs to clean up the area between the fireplace and the kitchen.
Well, he will do his best to clean.
Yes.
I'm thinking...
By the way, we're overtime.
Oh,
We need to go to bed.
Fair. So I rolled performance for Nim's cleaning efforts. I think he probably did very well. But yes, we are over time by quite a bit. Well, actually not quite a bit, like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go ahead and end at this point. Which sucks, because I was having fun.
I remember when D&D games were about going on adventures and dungeons.
I mean, comedy routines are good too.
This is becoming The Sims D&D flavored.
To be fair, me and Graham did just went into a very
Your side characters. No, I'm kidding.
Wasn't there a Sims Medieval game that was released forever ago that was basically The Sims, but your people could go on adventures through dungeons and such?
I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was just a freaking Sims expansion pack.
No, it was a standalone game. Let's see, The Sims... Yes, The Sims Medieval.
Oh my god.
wonderful.
Alright, enter an age of knights and castles and pirates. Do you ever wish you lived in that glorious time when men were knights, women were princesses, and cities were kingdoms ruled by kings in large castles? Or would you rather be a pirate out hunting for rare treasure? With a hook for a hand and a parrot on your shoulder.
That sounds so cool.
I don't think
I'm guessing it's an older game, though.
2011. I think it was between The Sims 2 and Sims 3. But it was its own standalone game.
Didn't Sims 3 come out before that?
Oh, let's see. Sims 3 release date. Oh yeah, I guess it was after The Sims 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Sims 3 was 2009.
Yeah, Sims 3 felt like it was late 2000s, and then Sims 4 came along, so I thought it was more between 3 and 4.
It was shortly after Sims 3 was released. The Sims 4, though, was...
I want to say at least 2016.
The Sims 4 was 2014.
Oh, okay. Bit
And
earlier,
since
but
then, they have slowly been making it a full actual game.
But
Wow.
expansions.
That cost a whole
Because
bunch.
it's EA.
I mean, they are literally, there's literally coming out with, I forget what they called them, but you know how they got their stuff packs, their expansion packs, and then they've got expansion packs for the expansion packs, and now they've got a whole other thing coming out that they've got a new name for it, and one of them is literally just vacuuming. $10. $10 to add vacuum cleaners.
Hey, welcome to the Sims Battle Pass.
I wouldn't mind that. You know, give us
Why? No, that's horrible.
I would be okay with a $30 expansion season pass thing instead of
Is the stream out yet?
No.
What are we doing?
We should probably end the stream. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining for Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. We might be back next week, but probably not. We'll probably go back to the every other week, unfortunately, even though it's a lot of fun. But
surprisingly enough, we didn't even get through all the content I had planned, but I'm about to start getting busy again. So, yeah.
Oh.
About to get into the next semester of school, and I'm taking biology and math.
Yeah.
But hopefully next time when we come back, the party will become an actual party instead of a random acquaintance of virtual strangers.
I mean, you're basically coworkers. Eventually, you'll start sticking together as a more cohesive unit.
Oh my god, let's end the stream!
Maybe when Nim gets his in. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining. Check out the website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those things there on the website as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of you that we're able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I hope to see you all tomorrow for Halo Reach. We're going to finish that up and then move on to Halo 1 Combat Evolved. And yeah, thanks for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.